Hey guys, welcome to Total Row Yoga Fusion. Today we're going to be focusing on Chaturanga and doing some upper body work, working with the hands and the wrists. And so whenever you guys are ready, let's go ahead and we're actually going to get started seated today. So meet me at your mat. Make sure you have a nice clear space. Move any water bottles or pillows or whatever you have around you off to the side. And we're going to start off with a couple of warm-up movements seated in any comfortable position. So you can sit cross-legged or you can stretch one leg out. Just going to start off with a little bit of breathing here. Sit up nice and tall. And if you're comfortable closing the eyes for this, go ahead and let the eyes close. Otherwise, you could just have a soft gaze towards the front edge of the mat. And just start by breathing in through the nose and then sigh it out through the mouth. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe do a few shoulder circles as well. And then reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling as you firmly plant the sits bones on the floor underneath you. And then switch to breathing in and out through the nose. Try to fill up as much as you can on the inhale. And then when you exhale, actually engage the core at the bottom of that breath to squeeze as much air out as you can. And then take a bigger breath in. From here, we'll bring some movement into the spine. So we'll just rock back onto the pelvis, drop the chin down to the chest, broaden across the shoulder blades. And then as you inhale, lean forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then repeat, exhale, lean back, cat pose. And then inhale, come forward, cow pose. Do that one more time, following your breath to the best of your ability. And then we'll go ahead and move into some circles. So we'll lean back, roll over to one side, come forward, over to the other side, and back again. Kind of freestyling this so you can move as slow or as fast as you need. And then go to switch direction. Continuing to breathe, if you can, inhaling forward, and then exhaling back. Go to find a good stopping point. Sit up nice and tall, uncross the legs, and just pat the backs of the knees on the floor, wake up the thighs and the calves, and then drop the toes a little side to side, and then together and away from each other. So we're just waking up at the hip joint here. Go ahead and bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor, and separate your feet so that they're about massive distance apart, and drop your knees side to side. Again, just kind of freestyling these movements, these warm-up movements, or kriyas, as I like to call them, and just doing what your body needs throughout these movements. So if you need to hold on one side for a few seconds, that's perfectly fine. Once you've done both sides an equal number of times, go ahead and meet me back in the center, kick the legs out to one side, and let's come into tabletop. So from here, we'll talk about hand placement. You want to bring the wrists directly underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide, and actively press the fingertips down into the mat. To make sure the shoulders are in the right place, we also want to rotate the creases of the elbows, so this part here, towards the front edge of the mat. So typically your elbows will be facing each other. You can bend the elbows some, sort of sweep the elbows back. If you need to turn your hands out to the sides for this movement, feel free. You can have your thumbs pointing a little bit forward and index fingers off at like a 45-degree angle. And in that way, this is like your foundation when we're setting up for our push-ups and stuff. Your elbows are going to go straight back, squeezing the side. So holding that position, rotating so that the elbow creases face forward. Go ahead and tuck the toes under. And let's lift the knees and hips up for our first downward facing dog. So from here in downward facing dog, go ahead and walk your dog, bending straight in one knee at a time. Maybe do a few ankle circles. Point and flex a few times. Nice, and then press the belly back towards the thighs. Bend the knees some and lengthen along the spine. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. Just to loosen up through the neck and the shoulders. And then from here, we'll inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, tippy-toe your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Palms are going to touch at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. From here, separate the feet and we'll just swing it out. Empty coat sleeves. Let your arms be dead weight. The twist is coming from the hips. Be careful of the knees here. If you feel any pain in the knees, just slow down this swinging motion. And then meet me back in the center. Set heel toe the feet together just a little, so they're about shoulders width distance apart. And with an inhale, we'll reach the arms up. Interlace the thumbs at the top, and with your next exhale, press the hips to one side. Fingertips reach up and over to the other side. Inhale to come back up, and exhale, switch. Inhale, back up, and exhale, switch. Go ahead and come back up. Last time, switch. And then we'll come up, release the hands. Interlace the hands behind you, and with an inhale, reach the knuckles down, chest lifts up towards the ceiling, and exhale, fold forward. Knuckles are gonna reach up behind you, just stretching out through the shoulders some. If it feels nice, you can sway a little side to side here. And then just release the hands, stay in your forward fold. Inhale to half lift, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the side, stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top, and exhale, hands come together at heart center. Pause here in your mountain pose. Keep hands together at heart center. Again, feet are about shoulders width distance apart, maybe a little closer. Hips width distance apart is fine. Press the palms together pretty hard here. So you want to firm up the lats, these muscles in the back of the body, the muscles that you use to do pull-ups. You want to firm up those muscles, firm up the core. Keep pressing the hands together. Take a big breath in, reach up. And exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your feet back into plank. Hold your plank. So remember that positioning that you had with your hands. If you need to come down to tabletop to find that position, feel free. Meet me back in plank. Keep those elbow creases facing forward. Hold here and just breathe. So we're just warming up the core here. Keep those hips in line with the shoulders. Your gaze right down in between the hands so you have a nice neutral neck. Hold here and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Hips up, downward facing dog. So we'll do a little bit of movement here. Inhale, roll forward, back into plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Bring your awareness to your shoulders as you're doing this. We'll do it twice more. So we're in plank. And exhale, hips back, down dog. Last time, go ahead and meet me back in plank and hold. From here, step the feet together, and you have the option to do a few plank jacks. So if you just want to hold your plank again, feel free. Otherwise, if you want to take it up a notch, let's hop those feet apart, together, apart, together for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and hop the feet back together, hips up, downward facing dog. And let's take a quick break in child's pose. Knees down, separate the knees, bring the big toes together, hips to heels, forehead to the mat. And while you're holding your child's pose, you can take a quick cleansing breath. So breathe in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. You can bring your hands back by your sides if you want to rest your shoulders. So you'd look like this. Wherever you are, we'll hold for a few more seconds. Child's pose is a great place to rest throughout this class. So since this class is going to be more upper body intensive, if you need to take a break, a quick break in child's pose for 3 to 5 breaths, we'll give you guys some time to recoup, and then you can meet me back wherever we are. So let's meet back in tabletop, and then lift those knees up, come back into your plank. From here, hips up, downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg up for 3-legged dog. And then inhale, bring your right foot through in between the hands. So come light on the fingertips, find your balance, and then sweep the arms up in line with the ears. You want this back leg as straight as you can get it. Arms up in line with the ears. Reach up actively through the fingertips. Sink into the hips. Open up the hands here. Big breath in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist and hold. Option to come into this reverse peaceful lunge, reaching the front arm up, back arm back. Big breath in, and exhale, come back forward. Reach those arms back up, and then bring the hands down and frame the foot. Plant your left hand, lift your right hand up. Twist. Big breath in. And exhale, bring this hand down. Slide your right foot back. Plank, hips up, downward facing dog. Step your feet together. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. And then go ahead and bring this left foot through in between the hands. Same thing we did on the other side. Come light on the fingertips. And then sweep the arms up in line with the ears. Sink into those hips. Straighten this back leg as much as you can. And then we'll open up the hands. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist. Inhale, forward. Exhale, twist and hold. Option to come into this reverse lunge. Reaching your front arm up. Gazing down and back over your back shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back forward, arms up. Breathe in and exhale. Hands frame the foot. Plant your right hand, lift your left hand up. Open up. And then on your next exhale, bring this hand down, step your back foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Hang out here. Separate the feet and grab onto your elbows. Sway a little side to side. Just stretching out through the hamstrings and the low back. Release the elbows. Just kind of let the arms dangle. And then from here, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here just to regroup. Just like we did before, press the palms together at heart center. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And as you're pressing the palms together, bring your awareness to your shoulder, shoulder blade, lats. So this area of the body that we're working with. Keep pressing the palms together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your feet back into plank and hold your plank. So we're coming into our first Chaturanga. You have a couple options. The first option, I'm going to do knees down. You can also just do your slow motion push up. So knees down. Try not to cross the ankles. Keep the legs apart. Rotate those creases of the elbows to face forward. Big breath in. With your exhale, your elbows come back to squeeze the sides. You can bring your chest and chin all the way down to the floor, drop those toes, and lift the chest up, baby cobra. So I like to do the first one with my hands off the ground, just to make sure I'm actually engaging through the posterior chain, the erector spinae, all along the spine. Keep that neck nice and neutral, and then breathe out. Drop the chest, press up on your knees, hips up, downward facing dog. Step your feet together, lift your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your right foot through in between the hands, just like we did before. Come line on the fingertips, reach the arms up. High crescent lunge. Excellent work here. Take a big breath in, reach up, small back bend if you want it. And then inhale, straighten out that back, interlace the thumbs, side bend over towards your bent knee. Go ahead and come right back up. And then plant those hands down and bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot for lizard pose. Try to keep your back knee lifted here. And let's do a few cat-cows to ease into the hips a little bit more. So with an inhale, drop the belly down, chest shines forward. Keep this knee squeezed in for now. And then exhale, round the upper back, press the hands down into the mat. Elbow creases still facing forward, fingertips pressing into the mat, and then repeat. Inhale, cow pose, a little bit of back bend here, and then exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, cow pose, and exhale, cat pose. Press those fingertips down, and then from here, hold lizard, drop down to your back knee. Option to come down to the elbows just for about 2 to 3 breaths. At this point, if you want to let your knee kind of fall out to the side so you get into the hips a little bit more, feel free. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Come back up to the hands. Lift this back knee, and let's swing your right leg back into plank. Separate your feet here in plank and drop the heels side to side. Arc those hips, up and over as if you have like a giant beach ball underneath you and you're trying not to touch it with the belly or the hips. From here, alternating side plank. So we'll just open up one side at a time. Keep those hips lifted nice and high and feel the work and the support in the shoulders. You're still pressing down through the hands. And we'll keep going here back and forth for 3, 2, and 1. Once you've done both sides an equal number of times, meet me in downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here. Breathe in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Nice. Hold your down dog for a few more breaths. If you want to come into child's pose, feel free. And feel free to take as many cleansing breaths as you need. So just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, until you feel your heart rate has come down some. And then from here, we'll step the feet together. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your left foot through, in between the hands, come light on the fingertips, and then sweep the arms up in line with the ears. Sink into the hips, just like we did before. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, small back bend. Inhale, back up. And exhale, side bend over. Other side, so still towards the bent knee. Keep your back leg nice and straight. Go ahead and come right back up. And then bring the hands down in front of the foot. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. You can heel toe your foot out to the side just like I did. Keep your back knee lifted off of the mat. And let's do a few cat-cows. So get those hands in the right position, straight arms. Inhale, drop the hips, chest shines forward. And exhale, press down into the hands, chin to chest, and round that upper back. And repeat. Keep going here. Just kind of feeling into your own body. Staying really mindful of these movements. Paying attention to not only the hands and the wrists and the shoulders, but the core and the hips and the inner thighs as well. Let's do about one more. And then once you've done that full cycle, we'll go ahead and drop down to the back knee, come down to the elbows, hold and breathe. At this point, you can sort of let the knee fall out to the side. Sometimes you can either put a hand there and sort of control that movement out to the side, wherever you are. We're just breathing deeply. Press into the elbows. Keep that shoulder joint engaged and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back up to the hands. Pick up the back knee. Swing this front foot back into plank. Again, separate the feet. Drop the heels side to side. And let's move into our alternating side plank. Nice. So those hips are nice and high. You're still nice and strong through the shoulders. If you want to take this up a notch, you can also lift that top leg up as you're going side to side. So you come into like this sort of starburst side plank. Lots of control here. For 3, 2, and 1. End on the side you didn't start with. And meet me back in downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here. Breathe in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Find your down dog. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. And then from here, gaze forward, bend the knees, and you can choose to hop or step your feet to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there, exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here. So just like we did before, take a second to sort of shake it out. You can do your empty coat sleeves. You can just sort of swing at the elbows. You should really feel the shoulders. They should be nice and warm, nice and engaged. And then from here, let's start building on that chaturanga. So what I did first was the knees, chest, chin. What we're gonna do now is our strict slow motion push-up, just building up some eccentric work in the muscles. We're only gonna do one, so try it with me. With an inhale, we'll reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your feet back in the plank. Meet me in plank and hold. Set up that push-up so the creases of the elbows go forward. Big breath in. Rock forward on the toes and exhale. Elbows squeeze the side. The slower you go, the better. You want the whole bottom side of the body to hit the mat all at once. And we're just gonna point the toes, lift the chest up, cobra pose. So it's already over. Big breath in, drop the chest down. From here, lift the knees, firm up the legs, press into the hands, squeeze those elbows in. And let's just do that strict push-up all the way up into downward facing dog. Cleansing breath here if you need it, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Step the feet together. And then lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Let's do a little bit more core work here. So inhale, bring your right knee forward to touch the chin. Exhale, press back. Inhale, right knee forward to touch the right elbow. Exhale, press back. Inhale, right knee forward to touch the left elbow. Hold, fall in triangle. Just extend that leg. You want to bring the outer edge of the foot as close to the front of the mat as you can. From here, hold, or option to lift your left arm. Press those hips up and bring that arm up and back. So we're just opening up across the chest. Big breath in. And exhale, drop this left hand back down. Drag your right foot back, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring that right foot through, in between the hands. Come light on the fingertips. Sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Relax those shoulders down. Something I have to tell myself constantly. So relax those shoulders. From here, let's open up into warrior two. Drop the back heel. Open up, take a second or two to find your stance. You want a really deep bend in this front knee. And then open up the hands. Make sure this back arm is in line with the shoulder. Gaze forward over the front middle finger. Really deep bend in this front knee. From here, flip the front palm, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Bend a little bit more into your front knee. Big breath in and exhale. Meet me back in warrior two. From here, extended side angle. Reach your front arm forward as far as you can. Bring your elbow to your thigh. Back arm comes up in line with the ears. I like to throw in a few arm circles here. You can take these as slow or as fast as you need. Go ahead and switch direction. Stay strong through the legs, so you're still engaging through the thighs. And then from here, in with this arm in line with the ears, and you have the option to take a bind. So we'll drop the bottom arm down, back arm comes around, and just find fingertips, really deep bend. Your thighs should be on fire. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Pull yourself back up, straighten the front leg, hands to hips. Do a little sassy hips, so hips side to side. As we prepare for triangle pose, press your hips to the back. Reach your front arm forward and reach, reach, reach till you feel that stretch in the back of your front leg. From there, we'll just tilt down as we bring this back arm up. And you have the option to gaze up at your fingertips or gaze down, whatever is most comfortable for your neck. And just to throw in a little bit more core work here, we're gonna drop this top arm in line with the ears, bring up this bottom arm, and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Open back up, pull yourself back up, bend into the front knee, windmill the arms down, pick up the back heel, and let's just slide this front foot back, downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Step your feet together. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your left knee forward to touch the chin. Exhale, press back. Inhale, left knee forward to touch the left elbow. Exhale, press back. And inhale, left knee across the body to touch the right elbow. Extend that leg. Kind of wiggle that foot up towards the front of the mat, and then stay there or drop your back heel, open up the right hand. Remember, press those hips forward and up, and you can kind of let this back arm hang out back behind you. Big breath in, and exhale, drop this right hand down. Drag your left foot back, three-legged dog, and inhale, bring the left foot through, in between the hands. Come light on the fingertips, sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Once you've found your balance, we're just gonna open right up into warrior two. Drop the back heel, check out your stance, really long stance here. Deep bend in the front knee. Check out your arms, make sure they're in line with the shoulders. And then flip the front palm, reach up and back. Peaceful warrior. Bend into that front knee just a little bit more. And then we'll come back, warrior two. Reach forward for extended side angle. Bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Right arm in line with the ears. And let's do a few arm circles here. Going as slow or as fast as you need. Go ahead and switch direction. You can even bend at the elbow if that's more comfortable. And let's take this right into our bind. So you can keep circling. If you're ready for the bind, just drop this bottom arm down. Top arm comes around. Find your fingertips. Lift up out of your hips. Chest shines open. Bend into the front knee and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Pull yourself back up. Straighten this front leg. Hands to hips. Go ahead and prepare for triangle pose. Press the hips to the back of the room. Reach your front arm forward as far as you can. And let's tilt down, triangle. Just kind of hold here and breathe, sort of reveling in this stretch in the back of the front leg and the top side of the body. And transitioning into that core work we did, we'll just bring this top arm in line with the ears. Keep your body where it is and bring your bottom arm up and hold there. Lots of engagement in the obliques for 3, 2, and 1. Open back up. Pull yourself back up. Bend into this front knee and windmill the arms down. Drag this front foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, tippy toe step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Pause here, check in with yourself. Find a sense of gratitude and find the ability to thank yourself for how far you've gotten so far. We only have a few more minutes left in our class today, so do whatever you need right here in these moments. If you need a few shoulder circles or if you just need to shake it out, do whatever your body needs to sort of reset. Find your breath, find that sense of mindfulness, and then meet me with hands together at heart center. Press those thumbs into the sternum, lift that chest nice and high. Super proud here. And then with your next inhale, press the palms together and reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop your feet back into plank. Hold your plank. We're going to take a breath here. We're going to do our full chaturanga into up dog. So breathe in. Rock forward on the toes. Elbow creases forward. Chaturanga. Hover. Once you're about an inch away from the floor, point the toes, straighten those arms, up dog. Sink the hips down, chest shines forward. Big breath in, and exhale, hips up. Transition to the tops of the toes, so you're on the balls of the feet, and then hips up, downward facing dog. Walk your dog here. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for our third chaturanga push-up. And then step your feet together and lift this right leg up. Three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your right knee forward to touch the chin. Hold, hover. Exhale, press back. Inhale, right knee across the body, touch that left elbow. And exhale, press back. Inhale, right knee to the outside to touch the right elbow. And exhale, press back. And then let's go ahead and bring this right knee forward all the way down to the ground. Coming into pigeon pose. So from here, your knee can be out to the side towards your right wrist. Your shin can be in a diagonal line. If you want more stretch, just bring that shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. Wherever you are, tuck the back toes under and slide your knee back some. That's gonna deepen the stretch. Press into the fingertips to lift the chest nice and high. You wanna flex this right foot and rest on the outer edge of that foot. Take a big breath in. Hold there, or go ahead and come down to your elbows. Hold and breathe. Rock a little side to side. Pigeon pose is a really nice hip opening stretch. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can stretch the arms out and bring the forehead all the way to the floor. Wherever you are, we'll just hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. If you're all the way down on the floor, go ahead and come back up to the elbows and then come back up to the hands. Tuck the back toes under, slide this right foot back, 3-legged dog. Just extend this leg back behind you, bend the right knee, open up the hips. Point that right knee towards the ceiling, your right foot's just hanging out behind you. Hold here, or go ahead and flip your dog, roll into the outer edge of your left foot, drop the right toes back behind you. Your right arm is gonna come up and over. Press those hips up towards the ceiling. Remember that giant beach ball is right behind you. You wanna try your best not to touch it. Take a big breath in. We're just gonna reverse out of this. Bring your right hand down first, kick this right leg back up, and then bring your right foot down. Walk your dog a little bit, and let's go ahead and do the other side. Kick your left leg back, 3-legged dog. Inhale, left knee forward to touch the chin. Exhale, press back. Inhale, left knee across the body to touch the right elbow. Exhale, press back. Inhale, left knee to touch the left elbow. Exhale, press back. Go ahead and meet me in pigeon. Bring this left knee forward, all the way forward. Drop the shin down. And then adjust yourself. Tuck the back toes under. Slide that knee back. Flex the left foot. Rest on the outer edge of that foot. And then come on the fingertips. You can point your back toes once you've adjusted your knee. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Make your way down to your elbows. Pause here and just breathe. Press into the elbows, so try not to sink into the shoulders here with the shoulders all the way up to the ears and the shoulder blades together. You want to push down through the elbows just to firm up those muscles between the shoulder blades. And then you can hold there, or option to come all the way down to the mat, forehead to the mat. Again, wherever you are, we will hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and make your way back up to your elbows and then up to your hands. Tuck the back toes under and slide this left leg back into 3-legged dog. And then we'll flip our dog. So just start off by bending the knee points up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your shoulders square to the mat for as long as you can, and just twist from the hips. And then as you start to transition, you'll roll into the outer edge of your right foot, pick up your left hand. You can come to the fingertips first, and then transition those toes to the floor. Left arm comes up. You're in this back bend. Hips nice and high for 3, 2, and 1. Reverse out of it. Bring fingertips to the floor. Left leg up and back. And then bring this left foot down. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides, and stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top, and exhale, hands come down to heart center. Go ahead and take a few moments here to catch your breath, shake it out. And since we've been doing so much upper body work and practicing with Chaturanga, I thought I'd throw in some crow pose. So we'll work around with crow pose, and you can choose to do your crow pose and jump back if you want to work with that, or you can just work on your squat, which I'll talk through now with our transition. So go ahead and heel toe the feet apart, turn your toes out to the side, and remember all of that engagement that I've been saying throughout the class. So your legs are nice and engaged, belly's engaged, and so you're gonna call for sneeze, shoulders relaxed, down away from the ears. Big breath in, reach the arms up. And exhale, let's just sink our hips down into a squat. Hands come down to the floor. If you want a little bit of a cheat, you can grab onto the front edge of the mat and use that to help stabilize. Otherwise, bring the hands together at heart center. This is a great stopping point if you just want to sit here in mindfulness with your breath and just do a little meditation. You can just hang out here. Otherwise, we're going to bring the hands to the floor, straighten the legs, heel toe the feet together some, so you line up the knees with the backs of the arms. From here, again, hands to the floor, elbow creases face forward. My knees are up in my armpits as I sink the hips down into this squat and bend the elbows. So you can sort of play around with that pressure against the back of the arms. If you want to take it a little bit further, we'll rock the hips forward and lift one foot off the floor. And maybe you do that again, lift the other foot off the floor. Maybe you try little hops and you lift both feet off the floor just for a second or a split second. And you're really rocking. So I said hops, but we're not jumping into it. We're just kind of rocking the hips forward till the feet float off the floor. So this is where all that engagement in the core comes in. You got the upper body part down. If you want to hold crow, it turns into more of a core exercise. So our core should be nice and warm along with those shoulders. So we'll lean forward, lean, lean, lean. Gaze forward instead of down. And then lift those feet, bring the toes to touch, press into the hands, really firm up those shoulders. Think cat pose and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and drop those toes down. Sink back into your hips. Just shake it out. And then let's try that one more time. And you get the option to step or hop your feet back into downward facing dog. So big breath in. And exhale, lean forward. Find your crow pose. Hold, press into the hands. And if you want to hop your feet back into Chaturanga, feel free. Otherwise, you can do what I'm doing. Step your feet down and step back. Big breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hold your down dog, cleansing breath. Breathe in through the nose and side out through the mouth. Option 2, come down. Take a quick child's pose. If you need it, shake out the hands. And if you have a water bottle or something nearby, go ahead and take a few seconds to grab a sip of water. So crow pose is a little bit of an inversion as well as an arm balance, as well as a core exercise. So we really got a lot of stuff working. So feel free to take your time if you feel like the blood rush to your head or something like that. Feel free to just take a few breaths seated or in child's pose, just breathing in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. And then from here, if you're in child's pose, go ahead and come up to your heels. Come up to hands and knees actually, so we're in tabletop position. And then from here, we'll just stretch out the shoulders a little bit more since we did so much upper body work. So we're gonna thread the needle. Bring your knees so that they're underneath the hips. And then actually bring your hands kind of in so that they're on the inside of your shoulders. And then from here, we're gonna lift this right arm up. And then exhale, sort of give yourself a big hug, drop that shoulder down. One more time, reach up. And exhale, slide this hand through, drop down to the shoulder. Your right cheek is on the mat, left hand right in front of you. Press into your left hand to twist. And so you feel a stretch in the back of your right shoulder. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Press into your left hand, come back up. We're gonna do the same thing other side. So walk your hands towards each other. Inhale, reach your left arm up, open up. And exhale, reach under. Give yourself a big hug, drop that shoulder. And then open right back up. This time we'll come into thread the needle. Thread this left arm underneath. Drop down to your left shoulder. And then position your right hand right in front of your face. Press into that hand to go a little bit deeper in the twist. Hold and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and press yourself back up. We're back in tabletop. And let's do a little bit of stretching for the wrist. So turn your thumbs to face forward, and we're just gonna lean side to side. Place all of the weight, or as much weight as you can, in one hand, and then over to the other hand. So if you have a lot of wrist flexibility, you can sort of stamp your hands on the mat. Otherwise, keep both hands on the mat and just sway from side to side. And then turn your fingers towards your knees. Again, if you have a lot of wrist flexibility, sink the hips back pretty far. Try not to let the base of your hand rise up. And you're sinking the hips back to go deeper into the stretch. So if you don't want to go too deep into the stretch, just bring those hips forward. Nice. And then from here, palms face up and fingers go in towards each other. And just like we did before, just start off with a gentle sway. Side to side, you just kind of stamp the hands as you shift the weight into one wrist and then the other. And then from here, sit back on the heels and we'll just shake it out. Do little like finger thumps, air thumps. Just shake it out, warm those wrists back up. And then from here, let's kick the legs out to one side and roll back onto our backs. You can grab on behind the thighs, hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side, little low back massage. And then from here, bring the feet flat to the floor. Hug your right knee into your chest, peel those shoulder blades up off the floor and gaze forward. Extend your left leg. Hover the left heel about 1 inch from the floor. Hold here. To take it up a notch, release your right shin, reach the fingertips up towards the floor. You're pressing the low back into the floor. Keep those shoulder blades lifted and that gaze forward for 3, 2, and 1. Hug this knee back in. Go ahead and rest your left leg to the floor. And let's come into a hamstring stretch. Grab on behind your right thigh and just work towards straightening this right leg. If you want to adjust your grip, you can grab on to your calf. You can grab on to your big toe. Just sort of work with wherever you are. If you didn't need a kriya or a movement in and out, you just want to grab on behind the thigh and bend and straighten your leg. Wherever you are, we will hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Bend this right knee. Let's come into a half happy baby. So your left leg is still extended. Pull your right knee down towards the armpits. Nice. And then from here, we'll just release right foot to the floor. Hug your left knee in. Peel those shoulder blades off the floor. And then extend the right leg. Hold. And then from here, if you want to take it up a notch, release. Okay, keep that low back pressing into the ground and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest, foot to the floor, shoulder blades to the floor. And then grab one behind the thigh. Move into that hamstring stretch. So your Kriya, you can bend and straighten one leg at a time. Or you can move into a different grip when we grab onto the big toe or the calf and just breathe. Pretty intense stretch for the back of this leg, but also a really nice hip flexor stretch for your extended leg. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Half happy baby. Bend the knee, pull the knee down towards the armpit. Keep this right leg extended nice and long. The bottom of your left foot's facing the ceiling. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. And let's make our way into Savasana. Straighten both legs. Bring your arms down by your sides and just completely relax. Let your toes fall out to the sides. Let go of any muscular engagement that you have. And you have the option to close the eyes or just softly gaze up towards the ceiling. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. And take these 30 seconds to just completely let go. Let go of your breath. Let go of all muscular engagement. Allow yourself to completely relax. Let go of your thoughts. Just have your thoughts go in one ear and out the other. And as you relax here, just find a sense of gratitude. And then waking ourselves back up, go ahead and wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, do a few ankle circles, wrist circles. And then using as little energy as possible, just come up to a seated position, bringing the hands together at heart center. Again, finding that sense of gratitude and thanking yourselves for getting through today's class. Thank you for joining me for today's class. Namaste.